running wild again. She's gone crazy.
Oh, so you finally came back.
I took account to the station, and on my way back I stopped at the barn for a dance. As soon as she sets eyes on me, she rushes over and asks to dance the ladies' waltz with me. And how she waltzed, I've never seen anything like it. She's crazy.
Well, that's nothing new. But she's been worse than ever since her engagement was broken off 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there's a story to be told. Although it's strange that on Midsummer Eve she's staying here with the servants instead of going with her father to visit her relatives.
She's probably embarrassed after that fiasco with her fiancé.
Probably. Do you know what happened, Christine? I saw it, though I didn't let on.
No. You saw it?
You bet I did. I came across the pair of them one night in the stable yard. Miss Julie was training him. That's what she called it. Do you know what that was? Making him jump over her riding crop the way you would train a dog. He jumped twice, and each time she hit him. But the third time, he leapt up, grabbed the crop out of her hand, hit her across the cheek with it, and broke it to pieces. And then he left.
So that's how it happened. Well, what do you know?
And that's the end of it. So, what do you got for me, Christine? Something tasty?
Oh, it's just a piece of kidney I cut off there of your roast.
Wonderful. That's my favorite. But you might have warmed the plate first.
When you're in the mood, you can be more finicky than the count.
Stop, leave my hair alone. You know how sensitive I am.
Just because I wasn't alone.
Beer. On Midsummer Eve? No, thank you. I can do better than that. You see that? Gold seal. Now, give me a glass. A wine glass, of course.
God help the woman that gets you for a husband. You're so fussy.
Nonsense. You'd be damn lucky to get a guy like me. What are you cooking anyways? It stinks like hell.
Oh, some damnable crap Miss Julie wants for her dog, Diana.
You should watch your mouth, Christine. Why do you gotta cook for that damn bitch dog on Midsummer Eve anyways?
Yes, it's sick. She sneaked out with the gamekeeper's mutt and got knocked up. Miss Julie just won't have it.
Miss Julie has too much pride about some things and not enough about others. Just like her mother. If you ask me, she just isn't refined. In the barn just now, she pulled Anna away from the gamekeeper and made him dance with her. Well, people wouldn't behave like that, but I guess that's what happens when aristocrats pretend they're common people. They get common.
Listen, John. You're going to dance with me when I'm finished here, aren't you?
Of course.
Promise?
Promise. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
I'll be right back. Don't wait for me. Well, is it ready?
Are you ladies up to something secret?
None of your business.
I love the smell of violets.
Shame on you. So you're an expert on perfumery as well. You certainly know how to dance. About half a bottle of Corkatite. John, come and dance a Scottish with me.
I hope you won't think me rude, but I promised this dance to Christine.
Well, she can always get somebody else. Isn't that right, Christine? You'll lend me John, won't you?
Well, it's not up to me, ma'am. The mistress is gracious enough to invite you. It wouldn't do for you to say no. We go on and thank her for the honor.
To be honest, I wonder whether it's wise for you to dance twice in a row with the same partner. The people around here are so quick to jump to conclusions.
What's that? What sort of conclusions? What do you mean?
Well, since all of your servants are hoping for the same honor, it wouldn't look good for you to play favorites.
Play favorites? What an idea. I'm astonished. As mistress of the house, I honor your dance with my presence. If I feel like dancing, I want to dance with someone who knows how to lead, so I won't look ridiculous.
As my lady orders, I'm at your service.
Don't take it as an order. Tonight we're all just happy people celebrating. So let's forget about right. Now, give me your arm. Don't worry, Christine, I won't run off with your boyfriend.
She really is crazy. What a way to dance. Everybody's laughing at her behind her back.
It must be that time of month for her. She gets peculiar like that. Are you going to dance with me now?
You're not mad at me for leaving, are you?
No, of course not. Why should I be for a little thing like that? Besides, I know my place.
You're a sensible girl, Christine. You're going to make a good wife.
What a charming escort running away from your partner.
On the contrary, Miss Julie, as you can see, I've returned to the partner I deserted.
Why are you wearing your uniform on holiday? Take it off at once.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave for a moment. My black coat is hanging over here.
Are you embarrassed about changing your coat in front of me? We'll go into your room then. Or I'll stay here and I'll turn my back.
With your permission, ma'am.
Tell me, Christine. Jeanette's so familiar with you. Are the two of you engaged?
Engaged? If you like, we call it that.
What do you mean?
Well, you've been engaged yourself, Miss Julie.
But we were properly engaged.
Yes. Didn't come to anything, though, did it?
Très gentil, Monsieur Jean. Très gentil.
Vous voulez plaisanter, madame?
Et vous voulez parler français? Where did you learn that?
In Switzerland. I was sommelier for one of the largest hotels in Lucerne.
You look quite the gentleman in that outfit. Charmant.
You're just flattering me.
Flattering you?
Well, my natural modesty forbids me to believe you would actually compliment someone like me, so I took the liberty of assuming you were exaggerating, for which I believe the polite word is flattering.
Where did you learn to talk like that? You must have seen a lot of plays.
A bit. But I visited many places as well.
Why don't you sit down?
I wouldn't take the liberty in your presence, ma'am.
Not even if I ordered you?
Then I'd obey.
Sit down then. Oh no, wait, can you give me something to drink first?
I don't know what we have in the icebox. Only beer, I think.
There's no only about it. I have very simple tastes. I prefer it to wine.
At your service.
Thank you. Won't you have some yourself?
I'm not partial to beer, but if it's in order.
In order? Surely you know that a gentleman should never allow a lady to drink alone.
Point well taken.
Now, drink to my health. What? A man of the world? And shy?
To my lady's health.
Bravo. Now kiss my shoe and everything will be perfect. Excellent. You should have been an actor.
Miss Julie, this has to stop. Someone could come in and see us.
So what?
Well, people would talk, that's what. If you only knew how their tongues were wagging out there just a few minutes ago.
What are they saying? Tell me, sit down.
With a woman seen drinking with a man, and a servant at that, in the middle of the night?
Well, what? Besides, we're not alone. Christine's here.
Asleep.
I'll wake her up. Christine! Christine, are you asleep? Christine! She certainly can't sleep.
Counts particularly with the coffee.
Will you wake
Let
up?
her sleep.
What?
Someone who's been standing over a stove all day has the right to be tired at night. Sleep should be respected.
I consider it thought. It does you credit. You're right, of course. Come out and pick some lilacs for me.
Go with you.
Yes.
No, I can't do that. Absolutely not.
I don't understand. Surely you don't imagine.
No, I don't, but they might.
What? That I've fallen in love with a servant?
I'm not a conceited man, but such things happen, and to those people, nothing is sacred.
I have a higher opinion of those people than you do. Let's see who's right. Come on.
very strange. You know that?
Perhaps. But then so are you. Without matter, everything is strange. Life, people, everything is strange. Life, people, everything. It's all bile drifting, drifting on water, and then sinking, sinking. That reminds me of a dream I have now and then. I'm sitting on top of a pillar, and I can't see how to get down. When I look down, I get dizzy. I have to get down, but I don't have the courage to throw myself off. I can't hold on, and I'm longing to fall, but I don't fall. I know I won't have any peace until I'm down, no rest until I'm down. Down to the ground. And if I ever did get down to the ground, I want to go underground. Have you ever felt like that?
No. No, I dream that I'm lying under a tall tree in the middle of a dark forest, and I want to get up to the top, to see the bright landscape where the sun is shining, and to rob the bird's nest that's up there of its golden eggs. And so I climb and I climb. The trunk is so thick and so smooth, and it's so far to that first branch, but I know that if I can just reach that first branch, I'll go right up to the top. Just like climbing a ladder. And I haven't reached it yet, but someday I will, even if it's only a dream.
Here we are talking about dreams. Come, let's go out. Just in time. Did you get something in your eye? Let me see.
It's nothing, it's just a speck. Let me come in a minute.
My sleeve must have brushed against you. Sit down, let me help you. Sit still, absolutely still. Didn't you hear me? Why are you trembling? A big, strong man like you. With such big arms.
Miss Julie.
Qu'est-ce que tu jump?
Attention, je ne suis qu'un homme.
There. Now let's go. Now kiss my hand and thank.
Miss Julie, will you listen to me? Christine's gone to bed. Will you listen to
Kiss
me?
my hand.
Will you listen to me?
Kiss my hand.
All right, but you'll have no one to blame but yourself.
For what?
For what? Are you still a child at 25? Don't you know it's dangerous to play with fire?
Not for me, I'm insured.
No, you're not. Besides, even if you were, there's combustible material around that isn't.
What incredible conceit. A Don Juan, perhaps?
You think so?
I'm almost afraid. No!
Was that serious or joking?
Serious.
It must have been serious a minute ago, too. You play much too seriously, and that's dangerous. Well, you'll forgive me if I get back to work. The Count will want his boots in the morning, and it's long past midnight.
Put those boots down.
No! It's part of my job, which doesn't include being your plaything, and I never will.
Aren't
Beneath
we
me.
proud?
About some things, but not others.
Have you ever been in love?
We don't use that word, but I've been fond of many girls before. And one time I was sick because I couldn't get the one that I wanted.
Who was she? Who was
You
she?
can't order me to answer that.
If I asked you as an equal? As a friend? Who was she?
You.
How amusing.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it is. Ridiculous. Do you know how the world looks from down below? course you don't. Neither do hawks and falcons. We can't see their backs because they hover high above us. I grew up in a shack. 7 brothers and sisters and a pig out in the middle of nowhere where there wasn't even a single tree. But from our window, I could see the wall of your father's garden with the tops of the apple trees sticking out over it. One day, I went into this paradise with my mother to weed the onion beds. By the vegetable garden was a small Turkish pavilion covered in jasmine and hung all over with honeysuckle. I knew I'd never seen such a beautiful building, but I couldn't imagine what it was used for. People came in and went out, and one day the door was left open. So I sneaked in. And the walls were hung all over with pictures of kings and emperors, and the windows had red curtains on them, with tassels. Do you recognize them? The outhouse? Anyways, it was there that I spied a pink dress and a pair of white stockings. You. Well, I lay there, and thistles that pricked me and wet dirt that stank to high heaven, and I thought to myself, if a thief can enter the kingdom of heaven, isn't it strange that a poor man's son here on God's green earth can't enter the manor house garden and play with the count's daughter?
It must be terrible to be poor.
Miss Julie, you don't know. A dog can lie on the sofa with its mistress. A horse can have its nose stroked by the hand of a countess, but a servant? Anyways, I went home, determined to die, but I wanted to die beautifully and pleasantly without pain. And I remembered that it was dangerous to sleep under an elderberry bush, and we had a big one that was in full flower, so I stripped it of every leaf and blossom, and I made a bed of it in the oak bed. Closed the lid, shut my eyes, and went to sleep. And when I awoke, I was very sick, but I didn't die, as you can see. What was I trying to prove? I don't know. There was no hope of obtaining you, that you were this symbol of utter hopelessness and ever getting out of the class into which I was born.
You know, you have a real gift for storytelling. Did you ever go to school?
A bit, but I've read a lot of novels, and I've seen a lot of plays, and I've listened to educated people talk. I think that's where I've learned the most. Maybe when all's said and done, there isn't as much difference between people as we think.
Nonsense. The people in my class don't behave like the people in yours do when we are engaged.
Are you sure?
The man I gave my love to was shit.
That's what they all say. Afterwards.
All?
I think so. I've heard that phrase used several times on similar occasions.
What occasion?
Like the kind we're talking about. I remember the last time
stop it.
that
I don't want to hear any more.
Well, that's interesting. Neither did she.
Get the key to the boathouse. Row me out on the lake. I want to see the sunrise.
Is that wise?
Are you worried about your reputation?
Why not? Why should I risk getting fired and looking ridiculous just when I'm trying to establish myself? Besides, I think I owe something to Christine. Take my advice, go to bed.
Since when do you give me orders?
Just this once, please. You're tired, you're drunk, it's late, you don't know what you're doing, and besides, unless I'm mistaken, I hear the others coming. And they'll be looking for me, and if they find us here, you're lost.
I know these people. I love them just as they love me. Let them come,
No,
you'll
Miss
see.
Julie, they don't love you. They take your food, but they spit on it. Listen to them. Listen to what they're singing. No, you better not listen.
What are they singing?
It's a nasty song about you and me.
Damn those cowards.
A mob is always cowardly. You can't fight them. You can only run away.
Run. But where? We can't get out. We can't go in Christine's room.
It's true that there's my room. Necessity knows no rules. Besides, you can trust me. I'm your friend. I'm your true, loyal, respectful friend.
But suppose they look for
I'll
you.
hold the door, and if they knock it down, I'll shoot. Come, please.
Do you promise me?
I swear. Still safe to stay here?
No. I don't. What can we do?
Leave. Travel far away from here.
Travel, but where to?
To Switzerland. To the Italian lakes.
Well, what do we do there?
I'll open a hotel. With first-class service for first-class people.
Hotel?
Yes, that's the life for me. Day and night bells ringing, train whistles blowing, carriages coming and going, and the money keeps rolling in. That's the life for me.
Yes, for you. But what about me?
You'll be the mistress of the house. The jewel in the crown with your looks, your personality. Success is guaranteed. You'll sit in your office like a queen, setting your servants in motion by the press of a button. Come on, let's get out of here right away.
That's all very well, but... John, you have to give me strength. Say you love me. Put your arms around me.
I want to. But I don't dare. Not again. Not in this house. I love you, Miss Julie. Never doubt that.
Miss? Call me Julie. There are no barriers between us anymore. Call me Julie.
There'll always be barriers between us. As long as we stay in this house, there's the past. There's the Count. I've never met anyone I feel so much respect for. I just have to see his gloves lying on a chair and I feel small. Every time I hear that bell ring, I jump up like a skittish horse. When I see his boots standing there so straight and proud, my back begins to bow. Someday I'll reach that first branch. And then you watch me climb. I'm a servant today, but next year I'll open a hotel. In 10 years, I'll have enough to retire. I'll go to Romania. I'll get myself decorated, and I could. Mind you, I said could. End up a count.
How nice for you.
Well, in Romania, you can buy yourself a title, so you'd be a countess after all. My countess.
I don't care about any of that. I'm leaving all that behind. Tell me you love me, otherwise what does it matter what I am?
I will 1,000 times later. Right now, we have other things to think about. You sit there, and I'll sit here. And we'll talk as if nothing happened.
God, don't you have any feelings?
Nobody has more, but I've let it control than that was then. And now we have other things to think about.
Don't be so mean.
I'm not. The Count could come back at any minute, and we have to decide what to do with our lives before he does. Now, what do you think of my plan? You approve?
Sounds reasonable. But for such a big undertaking, you need capital. Do you have it?
Certainly. I have my wide experience, my knowledge of languages. That should be capital enough, I should think.
You can't buy a train ticket with it.
That's true. That's why I need a partner who can get me the money.
Where can you get one now?
You must get it for me, if you want to be my partner.
I can't do that. I don't own anything myself.
Then the whole thing's off.
And
Things will stay as they are.
do you think I'm going to stay in this house as your mistress? With all the servants putting their fingers at me? Do you think I can face my father after this? No! Take me away from here, away from the shame and dishonor. My God, what have I done? I'm falling. I'm falling.
Fall as far as me and I'll lift you up
What care the
again.
power drew me to you? The falling to the rising? The weak to the strong? Was it love? This love? Do you know what love is?
Do I? Oh, you bet I do. What, you never think I had a girl before? You know better than me now, so just sit there and I'll pour you a glass of something special.
Oh God, I'm gonna end my miserable life. Save me from the filth I'm sinking into. Save me, save me.
I have to admit I feel sorry for you. When I was lying there in that oak bin, I might as well tell you, I had the same dirty thoughts as any other boy.
But you wanted to die for me.
In that oak bin? I was just talking.
You mean a lie?
Yeah, more or less. I got the idea from a newspaper story I read about a chimney sweep who curled up in a bed of lilacs because he couldn't pay his child support.
So this is what you're really like.
I had to think of something. It's the fancy talk that gets the wind.
How can a human soul be so filthy?
And then go take a bath.
You lackey! You menial! Stand up when I talk to you!
Have you ever seen one of your maids throw herself at a man the way you did? Have you ever seen anybody from my class
You're right!
acting
Walk
like
away
that?
from me! I don't deserve any better! I'm worthless!
Doing myself a disservice if I denied my part in the seduction, but do you think I would have even looked at you if I didn't think you wanted it? I'm still amazed.
Proud.
Yeah, why not? Well, I must admit it was a little too easy to be very exciting. I have to admit I'm happy to find out that what I saw glistening up above was only fool's gold. That the falcon's back was only as gray as its belly. That there can be grime under the manicure nail, and that a dirty handkerchief is still dirty, even if it smells of perfume. On the other hand, it hurts to find out that what I was striving for wasn't finer, more substantial. It hurts to see you fall far lower than your own cook.
Talk as though you were already above me.
I am. I can make you a countess. You can't make me a count.
My father is a count. You can never have that.
Miss Julie, you were drinking and you lost your head, and now you want to cover it up by saying that you love me? You don't. Maybe there was physical attraction. Mine. But I could never be satisfied to just be an animal to you. I could never arouse real love in you.
How do you know that for sure?
What do you mean there's a chance? Well, I could fall in love with you. There's no doubt about that. You're beautiful. You're refined. You're cultured. You're lovable when you want to be. The fire you start in a man isn't likely to go out. You're like hot wine filled with spices. One of your kisses is enough.
Let me go! You won't get me that way.
Not that way? How then? Not with pretty speeches and caresses and talk about the future and rescue from disgrace. How then?
How? How? I don't know. Knowing at all. I hate you like I hate rats. I can't escape you.
Escape with me.
Escape? Yes, we must escape. I'm so tired. Give me a glass of wine. We have to talk first. There's still a little tonight. Well, I'll talk. So far you've done all the talking. You've told me about your life, and I'll tell you about mine. So we know all about each other before we run off together.
You sure you're not going to regret this afterwards? Revealing your secrets to me?
Aren't you my friend?
Sometimes. But don't count on it.
You don't mean that. Besides, everybody knows my secrets anyway. Listen. My mother was brought up believing in equality of the sexes, women's rights and all that. When my father proposed to her, she answered that she would never become his wife. But she did. I was brought into the world against my mother's wishes, as far as I can tell. I was left to run wild, and I had to learn everything that a boy learns just so that I could be living proof that a woman is just as good as a man. I had to wear boys' clothes. All the men on the estate were given the women's jobs, and all the women the men's jobs, until the whole place became run down and we became the laughingstock of the district. Finally, my father came out of his trance and rebelled. He took over and ran the place his way. And then my mother got sick. I didn't know what was wrong, but she had convulsions, hid in the attic in the gardens. Some night she didn't come home at all. Then came the big fire that you've heard about. The houses, the stables, and the barns all burned to the ground under circumstances that suggested arson. The fire happened the day after the insurance expired.
We've had enough.
Who cares? My father didn't know where to get the money to rebuild. My mother suggested that he borrow from a childhood friend of hers, a brick manufacturer who lived nearby. My father was able to get the loan without having to pay interest, which surprised him. So the estate was rebuilt. Do you know who started the fire?
The Countess, your mother.
Do you know who the brick manufacturer was?
Your mother's lover.
Do you know whose money it was?
Yeah. Angela.
It was my mother's.
You mean the Counts. Unless they didn't sign an agreement when they got married.
They didn't. My mother had a small inheritance that she didn't want under my father's control, so she entrusted it to her friend.
Who stole it?
Exactly. He kept it. Well, my father found out what happened, but he couldn't bring it to the court. He couldn't repay his wife's lover. He couldn't prove it was his wife's money. It was my mother's revenge for being forced against her will. He almost killed himself. There was a rumor he tried to shoot himself, but failed. No, he managed to go on living. My mother had to suffer for what she'd done. I loved my father, but I sided with my mother because I didn't know the facts. I learned from her to hate men.
You hate men. So you hate me too?
Beyond words. I'd like to have you put to death like an animal.
So, what do we do?
Leave.
To make life hell for each other.
No. To enjoy ourselves for a day or two, a week, as long as we can. And then to die.
Die? That's stupid. It's better to open a hotel.
You don't want to die with me?
I don't want to die at all. For one thing, I like living. Besides, I think suicide is a sin against God.
You believe in God.
Of course I do. Look, I'm sick of all this. I'm going to bed.
Are you? You think you're gonna get off that easy? A man owes something to the woman he's ruined.
Here. I don't like owing anybody anything.
This is what I get for confiding in someone unworthy, for sacrificing my family's honor.
Dishonor, you mean? Well, I told you one shouldn't drink because then one talks and one shouldn't talk.
I regret it. If only you loved me at least.
What do you want? What am I supposed to do? I know you're suffering, but I can't understand you. My people don't behave like this. We don't hate each other like this. We make love for fun when we get the time off from work, but we don't have all day and night like you people do. I think you're sick. Really sick. Your mother was crazy and her ideas would poison your life.
Then help me. Be kind to me. Tell me what to do, where to go.
As if I knew.
Hate driven by lust, but does that mean there's no way out?
Stay here and keep calm. Nobody knows anything.
Possible the people you know. Christine knows.
They don't know anything. Besides, they never believe it.
But it could happen again.
It's true.
And the consequences?
Consequences. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? No, there's only one thing to do. You have to go by yourself, alone, abroad, anywhere.
God, where? I can't do that.
You have to, before the Count comes back. Well, later on, you can write to him and confess everything. Except that it was me, but he'll never guess. And then he won't be real anxious to find out.
I'll go if you come with me.
Go with you? Miss Julie runs away with her servant. In 2 days it would be in the newspaper. The Count would never live through that.
I can't go. I can't stay. Help me. Order me. Set me in motion. I can't think or act on my own.
What miserable creatures you people are. What gives you the right to strut around with your noses in the air as if you own the world? Go upstairs. Get some money for the trip. Get ready and then come back down.
Come up with me.
To your room. No. Going crazy again. Go right now.
Don't be so mean, John.
Orders always sound mean. Now you know how it feels.
Lord Jesus, what a mess. What have you been up to?
Miss Julie, she dragged the whole crowd in here. You must have been sleeping soundly if you didn't hear anything.
Slept like a log.
And you ready for church?
Yes, indeed. You promised to go to communion with me today, remember?
That's right. And you brought my things? All right, put them on me.
What are you doing up all night? You look absolutely green.
Just sitting here, gabbing with Miss Julie.
That girl, she doesn't know how to behave herself. Were you drinking with her?
Yes.
Shame on you. Look me in the eye.
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yes, it is possible.
I never would have believed it.
You're not jealous of her, are you?
No, not of her. If it had been Clara or Sophie, I'd have scratched your eyes out. But her? That's different. But it's still disgusting.
So are you angry with her?
No. At you. You were mean and cruel to do a thing like that. The poor girl. Oh, I don't care who knows it. I can't stay in this house any longer. Not when I can't respect the people I work for.
And then what?
Well, since you mentioned it, it's about time you look for something else too. Since we're going to get married.
What am I going to look for? If we're married, I can't get a job like this?
Well, I know that. But you could get a job as a porter. Try for a job as a caretaker in some government office. The wages are low, but the benefits are good. And there's a pension for the widow and
Yeah,
children.
that's all well and good, but my ambitions are a little higher than that.
You mean your ambitions? What are your obligations? You should start thinking about
Don't
them.
start nagging me about my obligations. We have plenty of time to figure this out. Go in and get ready for church.
Who's that wandering around out there?
I don't know. Maybe it's Clara.
Do you suppose the Count came back without arguing him?
The Count? No, he would have rang first.
Oh, God help us. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm ready.
Shh, Christine's awake.
Does she suspect something?
She doesn't know anything. My God, you look awful.
Oh my God! Why? What's wrong?
You're pale as a ghost, and forgive me for saying so, but your face is dirty.
Well, I'll wash it. Give me a towel. The sun is rising. John, come with me. I have some money now.
Enough?
Enough for a start? Come with me. I can't travel alone today. Midsummer's Day on a stuffy train packed in with crowds of people who'll be staring at me, stopping at every station when I'd rather be flying. I can't. I can't. The memories will come. No matter how hard we try to run away from them, the memories always follow in the baggage
Okay,
car.
I'll go with you, but it has to be right now, right away.
Get dressed then.
And no baggage, it'll give us away.
No, nothing. Only what we can take in the compartment.
What have you got there? What is that?
Oh, my canary. I don't want to leave her behind.
Bring a bird cage with us? You're crazy. Put it down.
It's the only thing I'm taking from my home. Don't be cruel. Let me take
Put
it.
it down, I said. Don't talk so loud. Christine will hear.
No! I won't leave her in the hands of strangers. I'd rather you killed her.
Bring it here then. I'll cut its head off.
Don't hurt it. No, I can't.
Bring it here. I said I can.
Little Serena, are you going to die and leave your mistress?
Please don't make a scene right now. Your whole future's at stake here. Put it down. Should have learned how to slaughter chickens instead of how to shoot pistols. Then you wouldn't feel faint at the sight of blood.
Kill me too! Kill me! You could slaughter an innocent creature without blinking an eye. I hate you. I curse the moment I saw you. I curse the moment I came to life in my mother's
What
womb.
good of cursing you? Let's go!
No, I can't go. I can't. I have to see. You think I can't stand the sight of blood? You think I'm so weak? Oh, I'd like to see your blood, your brains on a chopping block. I'd like to see all of you swimming in a sea of blood. You think I'm weak? You think I want to carry your spawn under my heart and feed it with my blood, bear your child and take your name? Listen, you. What is your family name? I never heard it. I bet you don't have one. I'd have to be Mr. Shack or Madam Shitpile. You dog with my name on your collar, you lackey with my crest on your buttons. I share you with my cook. I'm my own servant's rival. Or do you think I'm a coward who'll run away? No, I'm staying here no matter what.
But a fine way to behave on a Sunday morning. Look at this mess.
I've
I've never heard such yelling and screaming.
Me against this man. Beware of this man, Christine. He's evil.
While you ladies talk things over, I'm gonna go in and
You
shave.
have to listen to me. You've got to.
No, I could never understand such loose ways. Where are you off to in your traveling clothes? And what's he doing with his hat on?
Well, listen to me, Christine. Listen, I'll explain everything.
Listen to what? Is it about the shenanigans with John? You see, I couldn't care less. It's none of my business. But if you're trying to trick him into running away with you, well, I'll put a stop to that.
Calm down, Christine, and listen to me. I can't stay here, and John can't stay here. So we have to go away. Away. I've got an idea. All three of us can go away. Together. To Switzerland and start a hotel. I have the money now, you see. John and I would be responsible for the whole thing. And you, I thought, could run the kitchen. Doesn't that sound wonderful? So you come, Christine, and everything will be settled. Say yes, please. Naturally, you won't be standing over the stove yourself, and you'd have to dress nicely and neatly because people would be seeing you, and with your looks, I'm not flattering you, one fine day you'll catch yourself a man. Nice rich Englishman, you'll see. Those people are so easy to catch. And we'll be rich. We'll put the villa on Lake Como. Of course, it rains there sometimes, but the sun has to shine once in a while.
Listen to me. Do you believe any of that yourself, Miss Julie?
Do I believe it?
Yes.
I don't believe in anything anymore. Nothing. Nothing at all.
So you were planning to run away, were you?
We weren't exactly going to run away. Don't exaggerate. Well, you've heard Miss Julie's plan. Even if she's tired from being awake all night, it's still a practical plan.
Listen to him. Did you think I'd be the kitchen wench for
Watch
that?
what you say in front of your mistress.
Mistress?
Yes. Miss Julie is your mistress. And if you despise her for what she's done, you should despise yourself for the same reason.
I've always held myself high.
To be able to look down on other people.
To keep from doing anything that's beneath me. Are you coming to church with me now? You could use a good sermon after your fine deed.
No. I'm not going. Go by yourself, confess your sins.
Yes, I'll do just that. And I'll bring back enough forgiveness for you too. The Savior suffered and died on the cross for all our sins. And if we go to him with faith and a penitent heart, he'll take all our sins upon himself.
Do you really believe that, Christine?
It's my living faith as sure as I'm standing here. It's the faith I learned as a child and kept ever since. Where sin abounded, grace abounded also.
Oh, may I had your faith?
Only. The first shall be last, and it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. That's the way it is, Miss Julie. Anyhow, I'm going now, alone. And on my way out, I'm going to tell the stable room not to let any horses out, in case anybody has any ideas about leaving before the Count gets back. Goodbye.
What a bitch. All this because of a canary?
Never mind the canary. Do you see any way out of this? Any end to it?
No.
What would you do if you were in my place?
In your place. Well, let's see. An aristocrat. And a woman who's fallen. I don't know. Or maybe I do.
Like this?
Yes. But I would never do it, mind you. That's the difference between you and me.
I want to. I can't. My father couldn't either the time he should have.
No. He was right not to. He had to get his revenge first.
Now my mother is revenged again. Through me. Who's to blame for what happened? I don't have a self. I don't have a thought I didn't get from my father. An emotion I didn't get from my mother. How could it be my fault? Should I blame Jesus the way Christine does? I'm too proud. Too sensitive. Thanks to what my father taught me. Who's to blame? What difference does it make? I'm the one who has to take on the guilt, face the consequences.
Yes, but... The Count's back. What of Christine?
What have you said to his desk?
This is junk. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. In half an hour.
What did he say? For God's sake, what did he say?
He wants his boots and his coffee in half an hour.
It's half an hour. But I'm so tired. I can't do anything. I can't think, can't regret, can't run, can't stare, can't live, can't die. Help me. Order me and I'll obey like a dog. To meet this last service. Save my honor. Save his name. You know what I should do but don't have the will to do? You must will it and order me to do it.
I can't. I don't know why. I can't order you. I don't know. Since the Count has talked to me, it's the damn lackey in me, but if the Count came down here now and ordered me to cut my door, I'd do it on the spot.
So pretend you're him and I'm you. You gave such a good performance before when you knelt at my feet. You're a real nobleman. Have you ever seen a hypnotist? He says to his subject, take this broom, and he takes it. Sweep. And he's sweet.
But the subject has to be asleep first.
I'm already asleep. The whole room is like smoke around me. So bright. So peaceful.
Here is the broom. Go now. While it's still bright, out to the barn.
Thank you. Now I'm going to my rest. But tell me one thing. That the first can also receive the gift of grace. Say it even if you don't believe
You're not one of the first anymore. You're one of the last.
It's true. I'm one of the last. I can't go. Just tell me once more to go.
I can't either. I can't.
And the first shall be last.
Don't think. Don't think. You're taking all my strength away. I'm getting weak. What? I thought the bell moved. I should stuff some paper under it. Afraid of a bell? But it isn't just a bell. There's somebody behind it. A hand sets it in motion and something else sets that hand in motion. Cover your ears. Cover your ears! But it'll just keep ringing. It'll just ring louder until somebody answers and then it's too late. And then the police come. And then it's horrible. But there's no other way.